So yes, welcome to our Q&A. Our our ground rules are let's keep it respectful. And if you haven't read the full event, yes, this will be a full spoiler um, filled Q&A, so we can get questions about the routes. So this is your warning now. Maybe exit until you've played the relevant routes that we've featured in. And yeah, we will start the Q&A once Sarah has figured out her headphones. But hello, everyone. Hi. I hope everyone has enjoyed the game so far. Hello. Of course, sure thing. If when you do write a question, feel free to write at the start of it what route it will be referring to in case anyone wants to mute or anything. We may need a slow mode in the chat if that is possible from one of the mods.
Hello, I'm here.
Hello, can you hear
I
me?
can hear you now. Yes.
Hello, Sarah.
Hello.
I went through some of the ground rules with everyone just to keep things civil, and we've got 2 mods in chat to help us, and also to, if they're asking a question about like some spoilery stuff, just to make sure they write that so we can announce that it's going to be a spoiler.
Amazing.
But first, hello everyone. I know some people here have went to my last Q&A here, but this is Sarah's first time. Everyone, welcome Sarah.
Hello, everybody. This is super exciting. I am still trying to figure out Discord, but I made it. I'm here. I'm
You did.
shook, but I'm here.
Do you have the chat pulled up on the side that everyone's talking in?
I do. Yes,
There
I
you
do.
go. That is everyone here. I have
Wow,
asked
incredible.
them. I have asked the mods just to put a little slow mode on it, so people have to wait like a few seconds before sending another message, just so we don't get the chat moving too fast, so we can't keep up.
Yes. Okay.
But once that is put in, if that is possible, hopefully that will be good for us, and then we can start the Q&A.
Perfect.
I hope everyone's had a great day. If you've just woken up, good morning. Yeah, on a lovely Sunday evening for us.
Yeah, tell us where you're online from. I would love to know where people are. Oh, wow, here we go.
That's okay. It seems like
Wow,
they cannot put a
amazing,
slow mode,
everywhere.
but yes, everyone's here.
Literally everywhere. Oh, this is
Hello,
cool.
everyone.
Incredible.
Okay, so there is a 30-second slow mode. Thank you so much. All right,
It's still that
everyone.
fast. Incredible. I love
Yes,
this drawing.
we have about
Amazing.
50 people in the audience right now. And hopefully someone is recording for anyone who may be not available at the moment. But other than that, hello everyone, we are ready to start. So feel free to ask your questions, feel free to direct it to either of us.
Lovely.
And yeah,
Somebody is recording. Nice.
yay.
Okay.
First question is there.
First question.
Feel free to read out the
Okay.
questions in case someone's
Okay.
recording audio.
Definitely. So, the question here is, it's a scenario spoiler question. So basically, the truth is that everyone was created with the DNA, the Cheyenne DNA, and that their memories of the TRC are false. How do you think Darumi would react to finding out her memories are fake, as she unfortunately dies early in the route, and she remains one of the only 3 characters to never learn the truth, which is very tragic. I think she'd be delighted to know that her memories are fake. I mean, obviously, they're still going to be her memories. So, in a way, it would be great. It'll be great. It would be great for her because she would then be able to kind of create her own new reality. But I do think that, unfortunately, everything that's happened to her, um, it's not going to erase the trauma because that's still, even if it's an implanted memory, it's still something that, she believes that she's gone through. So, yeah, it's really sad. I kind of wish that she did get to know, um, because I think she would just be ecstatic.
I have a question for Sarah here in relation to that. Have you actually watched the second scenario at all? Let's like
No.
the what people like to call the truth route, where because Darumi dies really early on
Yes.
during it.
Yes. No, I
Yeah,
haven't. I haven't watched it.
oh, you should definitely.
I
It
know.
is
I need to find a way to
gut-wrenching.
do it because I just need somebody to just like play it for me
I
because
think
I
there is
don't
a playthrough on YouTube somewhere. I will have to
really.
link you. It's quite long. It's one of the longest routes in game, but
Yeah,
like,
definitely. I'd definitely
ooh,
love to watch that.
yeah, because you wouldn't have recorded any of the parts after
No,
you
no, no.
died.
Nope. So,
Oh,
and I think I
bless.
die more than anyone else.
You
So
do. Oh,
it's like
Darumi.
76% of the roots or something. Or maybe more. I don't know. It's a lot. I can't remember.
All right, so the next question is how hyped are we for DLC, for possible DLC content? I'm down to let you go first, Sarah, on this one.
No, you go. You go first.
Okay.
No.
I mean,
Yeah.
I would love to return to record more Hiruko, and I'm definitely sure a lot of the cast are fully down to go back, and it's exciting to see this sort of labor of love continue further. It would be lovely to have other characters get more into the limelight, like some of the other side characters that didn't get roots for themselves. That would be great. And if people in here know, but I'm pretty vocal that I would love a comedy musical route because
Yes.
quite a lot of the voice actors, both on the Japanese and on the English side, are also singers.
Yes. Yes, we are. That'd be
That would be
incredible.
so fun. Especially
I
with
would. Oh,
the
yeah.
director, Tom, also from a musical background as well.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that would be incredible. I didn't even know that that was a thing that could happen, but that would be, I would love that. I mean, I snuck in loads of singing anyway, whenever I
Yeah,
could. But it was, oh, I would love that. And yeah, I would just love to go back into the studio, knowing everything that I know now as well, because I feel like when you're recording for something like this, you are Tom was amazing at describing to us what was going on and keeping us in the loop, but you still, you know, like you said with the other route, I died in that route, so I didn't get to really find out what happened after that. So, knowing now what I know about the game, I would love to go back and do more.
let me scroll down. Okay, so the next question was for me. Were there any moments while recording a certain scene or moment that made you tear up after doing it? Okay, big spoiler alert, everyone, for the SF route. Um, it was the ending, not where Takumi was carrying me. It was the sort of bad ending that I know that a few people have told me they really enjoy, where Takumi unfortunately dies in the like in Hiroko's hands, and that was such a sweet moment, especially when she gets everyone else to safety, but then goes back to hold Takumi's lifeless body in her hands before the missiles go off and kill them both. That was so emotional that I did nearly tear up while recording that one. All right. If you're following the chat, Sarah, the next one is
Yes.
for you, if you can
Yes.
find it. If not, I can always read it out to you.
Is this the one where whole game spoiler? Are you aware that
Yes.
Darumi? Yes. Are you aware that Darumi is effectively dead for 69% of the game? Literally, mind you, because there are 22 routes, including the prologue, and she only survives past day 7 in 7 of those routes. Yeah, okay, 69%. I couldn't quite remember the exact amount. I knew that it was a it was like loads because I had to record huge amounts of deaths. So so
Oh.
yeah, I know. And then also, I don't know, Min, if you remember, but there was one day where we went in and there were about, I mean, I don't know, maybe 90 different sprites, and we had to do
Yes.
three reactions for each one. And that was the whole session. It was amazing. But most, like, I don't know, probably for me, 30 of them were probably deaths. I don't know. It was
Oh,
but
bless.
it was quite it was funny, but it was also kind of exhausting because I just thought, gosh, this girl never gets a break. So
No, she really doesn't,
yeah,
does she?
yeah.
I have a question relating to that because I think in my last Q&A I explained that when I did my like whole sprite like little like voiced like effort sounds for all the sprites, I was the second person to do it after Joseph, who voices Sire. Um, he followed the Japanese reference video to a T, but then when they went to me, due to my like background in a lot of anime media, they let like Cal, our localizer, just describe to me what the sprite's supposed to be, and I got to make it up on my own. I was wondering what path you ended up doing with it. Did you follow the Japanese video to a T, or did you ended up just doing it off of the vibes that Cal gave you?
No, it was completely off the vibes and just the image.
Oh,
I never heard I never heard the Japanese VA ever.
oh, bless.
Ever.
She is a really cool VA.
Well, I've heard it since. It's awesome. But
Yeah.
when I was recording, I think because we sound quite different, they just didn't want me to have any influence. They just wanted me to
Mm,
roll with it, which is awesome for me, which was really, really cool. Um, but yeah, so now it's been really cool to go back and listen to her because she's awesome. And yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. But I didn't ever listen to her. So it was very much it was just really different because normally I would say this wasn't like a dub for me at
Mm,
all. And I don't think for any of us really, because I think Tom had
yeah.
such um, big input into the way that he wanted us to, the way that he wanted to communicate to us what he was after. Um, that it didn't feel like doing a dub at all, and I felt very
Mm,
much like the script as well um, was very much. Uh, there was a translation, but then the translate it's almost like they took the translation and then kind of I don't know if it was like Americanized it in a way, but they kind of gave it its own English
yeah.
uh spin. So that was really nice. So they really it came into its own in our version instead of just being thrown at us like, okay, you're the dub, you know?
I fully agree.
Yeah.
The next question is a cute little silly one. What would Darumi or Hiruko's favorite movie or game be? I took the lead on the last one, but what would you think Darumi's favorite movie or game be?
Oh my gosh. Um, I don't know, but for me, I brought this up a few times with Tom, um, that my Darumi would really like the movie Rob Roy because of all the incredible sword fights and death in it. And she would also really kind of dig the Scottish accent as well.
Yes.
But I know that that's not like that was kind of more what I used when I was doing some of the lines about death and things and gruesomeness. It was more what I used as an actor for her. So I feel like I feel like Kodaka would have to tell you really what her favorite is. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so. I'm glad that you also pull from media because I like pulling from media when I do all my acting.
Yes.
Uh, for Hiruko, I think like I'd have to think about it a lot more, but like Uh, I think she'd really like the Knives Out anthology for as a
Yeah.
movie. She kind of acts like a detective a lot of the times when you get to know her on some of the routes, where she kind of leads Takumi into the right direction with her prior knowledge, but she doesn't like tell him straight away. She lets him figure it out, but she's always like a couple steps ahead, which is great.
Awesome. I love that.
The next question for both of us is, do you remember any particular fun direction from Tom Mitchell's while you were recording the game? I think I've said this before, uh, where it was during the Cult of Takumi route, which you didn't get to record for, Sarah, because I think that was one of the routes where you die really early on. But just to fill in Sarah, this is kind of like a morbid comedy route. It's quite a controversial route, but it starts off quite comedic where Yugamu, the sort of blue-haired, science-y murderous guy, creates like a leadership potion, I think is what he like kind of calls it, to boost the team's morale and to make them trust Takumi more. Takumi drinks it, and suddenly everyone is really obsessed with Takumi, like really obsessed with him. And then he then goes through the rest of the route, sharing like one-on-ones with every character. And they start with like, oh, a few, sexual innuendos thrown in here and there. But it gets like more morbid as it goes on, as Takumi, which Jay played amazingly, just became more and more numb to it all, whilst everyone's sort of adoration got to like a kind of like cultish level of like love. And it just it's like really disturbing, and I quite enjoy that route. But for my scene with Takumi, I think I went in a bit too hot for my first take, which none of you are getting to ever hear. So that Tom actually ended up pulling me back, and he then went, "Okay, let's try this." And he quickly did a Google search and started playing bossa nova through my headphones, and then we did the whole thing again with bossa nova music played in my headphones.
That's amazing. I love him so much
He's so
for those
great.
types of things. Yes.
Exactly. Do you have any
Yeah.
fun moments to share?
Yeah, I mean, the so firstly, the one of the really cool things about recording at OMUK is that they tape the microphone to your face.
Yes.
So you don't have to have like so there's no you don't have to be standing still or anything. You can like jump around and just go crazy. So I did loads of that. I was just moving around the studio all the time while I was recording and just like I don't know, just jumping around. And I kept inserting there was a lot of times where I kept inserting curse words into the lines and he would be like, "No, no, no. Don't add them." And I was like, "I'm so sorry." And then there was this one there was this one reaction shot, and I think it's a reaction that we have to one of the I think it's a Retsnum, but I think there's something that, like, makes this crashing noise, and everybody jumps. We all sort of just go, or, whatever, we all just kind of make a reaction. And I did it, and I just went, "Oh, shit." And he laughed so hard because he was like, "Oh my god, I wanna keep that in." And I think he tried to keep it in, but I think it was, like, too much of a serious moment where he was just like, "No, we can't keep it in." But they were just killing themselves in there, and that was really fun. But just him, I think, yeah, him asking me to stop swearing was just funny.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
The next one is another question to both of us. Who would survive Kako and Ima's cooking between Hiruko and Darumi? Do you know about Kako and Ima's cooking?
Somebody's mentioned this before. Um,
Okay. To refresh your
so,
memory, Kako and Ima's kind of backstory is they were like orphan twins, so they kind of had to fend for themselves for a while, which meant learning how to cook. But they've sort of developed really weird tastes, like combining like ice cream with like a really salty thing, like eel sushi or something, combining stuff like
amazing.
that. So the most
Okay.
disgusting combinations. So who would survive that cooking between Hiruko and Darumi?
I mean, I'd survive it.
I don't I think Darumi wouldn't care. I
No,
think Hiruko would try her hardest and not pass.
I'd be like my dad cooks like that. It's fine.
Lovely. All
Yeah.
right, the next question is for you, Sarah. Was there a favorite line you recorded with any of the roots?
Oh, um, I I loved singing. I loved the die song. I turned it into a song, and they actually let me do that, which I thought was really cool. So that was really fun. Um, and then I don't know if it's a line, but I loved when Darumi gets to be vulnerable, um, in Retsnome and, talks about her family and what she's been through. Um, that was so nice because she has this facade that she's putting on all the time, and so it was really nice to be able to kind of go there with her. So it's two very opposite lines, I suppose. But I liked that kind of duality. So yeah, I would say those two lines or those two moments.
Oh, those are such great moments. My
Yeah.
partner, who ended up playing the game while I watched, because I knew a lot of my friends were gonna stream the game to me, so I didn't end up playing it myself. I did buy it myself, and it's just sitting there, but I did watch my partner play it, but my partner is a massive Darumi fan, so
Amazing.
he definitely loves your performance, and especially those two moments as well. They really do hit.
I'm pretty sure I was just dancing around the studio for the die die die. Yeah.
That is lovely. Um,
Yeah.
the next question is for you, Sarah. Did you ever play any of the games that Daramy mentioned within the game?
I have not. I do know what they are. I mean, they were explained to me, and I did some research on them before I recorded so that I would kind of know what I was talking about. Um, but no, I am not a gamer, and I don't I'm very I used to live with a guy that played things, and I would sometimes watch him play things. This is like back when I was like 15 years ago, when I had a flatmate. But no, I don't play. So this has all been very very new to me. But everybody's really nice. This is a wonderful community of people. So yeah, I'm really glad to be a part of it.
Absolutely. All right, so the next question is, if there was a Daruko, which is Darami and Hiruko, the ship name, themed DLC route, what would you like to see in it?
Ooh, you go first.
I really like in the killing game route, Hiruko has this massive monologue about how, because she is paired with Darumi for that route, she has a massive monologue on the roof of the school with Takumi, how she sort of lets down her sort of like bitchy facade
Yeah.
um, and just really lays it down for Takumi to try and explain to him like why he needs to protect Hiruko. Oh, not Hiruko, Darumi.
Yeah.
And I think a darker route would be great if we started with, that kind of like play up of the sort of comedic mistress, like and like pet thing they did at some point in the first route. But to see it sort of evolve into that more like grounded, vulnerable spot that we had them both in like Retsnom and the Killing Game. Seeing that nice little evolution over like the 100 days would be great.
I would love that. I saw that monologue on YouTube, and it's so heartwarming and so nice. And it's like the first, is she the first person who really kind of sticks up for Darumi, I feel like. And it's
Yeah,
just so, because I don't know exactly where it happens in the game, but yeah, I mean, it was just so beautiful. And I totally agree with you that to have some of that, a lot of there's so much comedy between them, so that would just be amazing. And then to for that to kind of bleed into all of that, the more open and vulnerable side of both of them, that would just be so nice. So I'd be totally into that.
absolutely. Okay, we have a silly question next. Since we're all Brits, or in Sarah's case, living in the UK, how do we take our tea if we do drink tea?
I'll go first. So
Go ahead.
I like Withered of Chelsea's English rose tea, and I drink it quite strong with oat milk in it. I normally would not put oat milk in tea, but this particular tea, probably because it's florally black tea, I really like it with the oat milk.
Ooh, I'm very northern, so I I enjoy my Yorkshire tea, and I have like a splash of milk with one sugar in it.
That's so northern. That's exactly what my husband has. He's from North Yorkshire, and that's his exact tea.
Oh, I'm not that far up. I'm only from Manchester, but I'm still up there.
Oh.
But you can take me out of the north, but you won't take the northisms out of me.
I mostly drink coffee, to be fair.
Ooh, nice. Let's
Yeah.
see. Scrolling down, scrolling down. All right. So, to both of us, and this will be spoilers for the Retsnom route, but also a bit of SF and coming of age mentioned. Is there any roots or ending extension? For example, such as in the Retsnom route, if Takumi and Darumi could actually keep the Retsnom as a weird pet for the entire game, which route or ending do you wish for an extension in the game?
Oh gosh, I don't even know. I die in so many of them. Give me a good one. You tell me. I would love to just be able. There was one, oh, I really wish I could remember now. I read something
Mhm.
where there was a route that somebody was like, I really would. Oh, I think it was the one we were talking about. It was
The Killing Game route?
yeah, well, which was the one where, they all get to know about um the fact that their memories are fake.
Oh, that
Which
is
one's
the
that one?
second scenario.
Because see, that would be quite cool actually to be able to finish that one. But I feel like there are others too that people talk about a lot that Darumi never gets to have
Yeah.
anything in either. So I don't know. There's probably too many,
I
any
mean,
of
I
them.
I think I would like a Retsnom extension just because I really enjoyed Retsnom and watching that through
Hmm.
with my partner, like, because I really like Darumi as well, but that was such amazing writing for Darumi specifically, and I just wanted
It's
to see a
so
bit more of
nice.
it.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, that was my favorite thing to record besides, some of the
oh,
more
I bet.
hilarious lines. So yeah, it was just wonderful. Um,
I would like an ending cutscene for SF, because at the end of second scenario, they had like a one of the 3D dubbed cutscenes at the end of that one, and I would like a similar thing for SF because SF is like the other truth route-ish. So, but
what
budget and stuff.
what is COA?
DOA is coming of age. Let
Ah,
me
okay.
let me have a remember if Darami makes it through that one. Um, I don't. Um, I might have to get back to me on
I
that one.
mean, probably not.
That one has like a power of friendship kind of ending, like everyone together, power of friendship. Uh,
Oh, would Darumi be amused at it being 69%? Yeah, she'd snort like a pig. She'd be like, yeah.
Absolutely. I will get back to that one, but the next question is for you, Sarah. What perfume or fragrance do you think Darami uses, if she uses any? And also good luck to both of us in our careers.
Oh gosh, that's
Thank
really
you,
nice.
firstly. Yes, thank you so much.
Um, oh gosh, you know what? She's gonna like do something really old school and kind of gross, not gross, but just really overpowering, but not all the time. So it's gonna be like Curious by Britney Spears or something.
Ooh.
It's gonna be something that's like a little bit Mean Girls, you smell like a baby prostitute kind of thing.
Yes.
But not all the time, just occasionally to rile people up.
I love that answer. It seems like I missed a question, so this is another silly one. Would Gaku and Darumi be able to bond over Yuri? I don't know if you got Yuri explained to you in the sessions because I don't think Darumi says it, maybe. But Yuri is a type of media, Japanese media in like manga and books and stuff, and some animes, and it's just about girls' love. Um, so
Well,
would Gaku and Darumi be able to bond over girls' love?
yeah, I mean, Darumi's into pretty much all girls love.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, the next question is for both of us. General question, what were your first thoughts upon seeing the design for your character? I want you to answer first.
Well, I was obsessed with it. Because I tend to, because normally, I mean, I would say I've never played characters that looked alike, I wouldn't say, but they tend to be very cutesy. And
Hmm.
so for her to have this sort of almost like demonic look, because one of the first sprites I saw was the one where her hair is like out like serpents and she's like making that kind of like face. That was one of the first ones they showed me. So I remember thinking, "Oh my God, I love this," because it was something that was going to be very different from what I'd sort of not typically done before, but just I could see that she wasn't going to be this soft, cutesy character like I, have done a lot in the past. So I was obsessed immediately.
I really liked Darumi when I first saw her as well. Um,
Yeah.
Hiruko, when I first saw her, was in the auditions, and she didn't actually have finished concept art yet at that point. So it was just like an outline of a character, and like just from like the shoulders up. So I mainly auditioned for Hiruko because I in my mind I have a better chance to get cast for a lower female range. Um, but with the lack of lines and lack of design, I thought she was just gonna be like some side character when I first saw it, but I auditioned anyway to show off my range because I think I've said before that we were only allowed to like pick three.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
so I did that and was hoping for other characters, but then when I saw her full sprite when I got to recording like months later, it was like I was like, okay, I like her. I really like her cool girl vibes.
She
The
was
next
very cool.
Oh,
I
yeah.
I I did not audition for her, obviously, because of my voice range, but I was like, "Oh, she looks good." Yeah, she seems cool. So,
Oh gosh, I think this is the best time to say that I did audition for Darumi
amazing.
and submitted it as one of my
Amazing.
3.
I mine were, my 3 were Darumi, Nozomi, and, um, she's like a smaller role, and she's not in all the roots.
Ava?
She's like no, she's like oh my god, this is gonna drive me crazy. Uh-oh.
Was it one of the students or was it like
I'm looking it
Nigo
up right
from
now.
Go Ahead? I think mine were Darumi, Hiruko, and Kyoshika. But then the studio went back to me and requested a few more from me for the other characters because I think they didn't get as many auditions for those characters.
Yeah, I can't remember now what her name is, but I will figure it out and I will put it in the chat or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next question is, when did you guys begin recording voice lines and how long was the time period from when you started recording to the very end?
Was it
Uh,
September last
it was
year?
September. It was September for the
Yeah.
first class. I think second class got in around October.
Okay. Yep.
But then I don't know when you wrapped, but I wrapped like a few days before my birthday in November.
Oh, wow. Um, yeah, I want to say that it was late November. I think possibly like the first week of December. I didn't do anything past about the 15th of December, so I would
Okay,
say it
yeah.
was sometime around late November, early December, yeah. So it was a good, going like quite a lot for a
Oh,
couple months at
absolutely.
least.
It
Yeah.
was a lot to voice.
Loads. Yeah.
The next question is, are you both satisfied with the product and are there some lines or moments that you'd like to go back and redo? Um, it's such a long game, but I think overall I'm really satisfied with my performance in this game. Mainly because this was like one of my big dream projects to work with Kodaka, and I was already hyping myself up, and then and then auditions took a while to get cast, so then I then hyped myself down again, and then when I got cast, I was like, I'm ready, I'm ready. I've been doing this. This is it's led up to this moment. But I don't know about you.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like it was liberating to be in this. Um, Mainly because it was done so differently from the way that normally I'm asked to do a dub. And to be given my own free reign of how I want to play her was a really, massive gift. I think really for me, if we were to do this again, if we were to do like a second one, um, I would go into it probably even, I don't know, like now that I know so much more. Um, that would just add a whole nother layer to her. But I think I'm really happy with, the way it turned out. And I'm just really, it's really funny. I didn't really know anything about Kodaka or like Rampa or anything like that before getting involved. So I didn't know that the reaction was going to be this big. Um, I just had no idea. And so it's all been like just a major learning curve for being that way. I never, yeah. So yeah, I've just been amazed and really grateful for how it's all turned out.
I'm glad everyone's accepted you into the lovely community with open arms because it is
Oh
a
gosh, everyone's so nice. I've just never, yeah, I didn't know that these types of things existed. I didn't know what Discord was until about 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago, whenever it was I signed up. So I mean, it's just like this is just completely new to me, and I love it.
Absolutely. It's a lovely world. It's a lovely, nice niche community that are all really quite loving because we all have a similar love for this one like creator of games and all of his media.
Yeah, it's really neat. When I was allowed to announce this game, I put a picture of Darumi, the one actually that's here in my profile picture. I put that on my Facebook, and somebody commented like, "Oh, this looks like this game from 15 years ago that I used to play." And I was like, "Oh, what was it called?" And they told me it's Danganronpa, and I was like, "It's the same creators." And I got really excited about it. So obviously, there's like a whole look and everything. Um,
Absolutely, yeah.
But yeah, really cool that it's such a that he's created such a sort of community that's lasted this long, and that, um, people that played that game are now playing this game. So I love that. I just think it's amazing.
Absolutely. The next question is for you, Sarah. Do you want more? I actually haven't played a route with her yet, so I don't know how her name was pronounced, but your other character,
Commune,
um,
yes.
yeah, Kameian content. Do you want more content for her? Also, this person loves Kameian, so.
Commune, yeah. So Commune is really interesting. I didn't know I was going to be playing this role at all until I came into the studio one day. Um, and so I got filled in quite quickly. And actually, when I first started voicing her, I was doing this like really tiny, little kid voice because I play, I voice little children all the time for things. And so I was doing this little kid voice, and Tom was like, "Can you just do something closer to your voice, but just like slightly younger?" And I was like, "Okay." And so I did, and then it actually gave her this sort of gravitas for this little girl that she is, which I thought was actually quite quite appropriate.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean, she doesn't. I didn't get to really explore her very much, and they don't go very, you get a little backstory, but I would love to be able to explore her more, because I've actually had a few people reach out to be like, we love Commune. Um, and so yeah, I mean, I would absolutely love to um, have some more Commune content, because I think she's a little bit like um, the child savant archetype. Um,
Mm.
but she's only in like one, I don't know how many routes, but it's not very many, because
Yeah,
yeah, I think I recorded her in one day. So she's in like very little of it. I think she definitely, could be in more. And I also think that the way she looks is really cool, because
oh
she
yeah.
doesn't look like, I mean, she's got a really interesting face. And there's something a little bit, there's something really haunting about her. So I would love to explore her more. Absolutely.
Absolutely. I hope to meet her soon when my partner returns to his playthrough. Um, so the next question is for me, who was better to voice act, the little guy or Hiruko? Just to give Sarah some context, one of my little side characters is I voice one of the little invaders, but during a route where he's like
Nice.
raiding the fridge, because he gets a bit hungry and didn't want to fight
Amazing.
with the rest of them. And they gave me that role because Tom directed me on a different project where I played like a little like street urchin in like this historical like fantasy game where I was just like a little street urchin. So we brought that kind of voice back, and then we found out like a script later when we went back to Hiruko that Hiruko actually throws the little guy in the air and he explodes. But um yeah, I really liked little guys. And I think the funny thing is, I just like waited like a month or two after people played a few of the routes, to then to say like, oh yeah, I voiced this little guy, and then my partner had made a little like Photoshop edit of him with like the little like propeller hat and a big lollipop, and I think that post got more likes than my actual Hiruko announcement, and I was
Oh my
like, oh guys. So yes, I really liked Little Guy, and I really enjoy voicing little shithead little guys.
That's adorable. I love that.
The next question is for both of us. Would you want to have a big voice actor reunion with the entire cast someday? I'm gonna leave this for
Yes.
Sarah because Sarah wasn't available for our rap
No.
party.
Oh, it was the worst. I found out about the wrap party, and it was like the worst timing. I think like I don't know, my husband was gone. I had my 3-year-old, and I could not. I was like, I would have to bring him to the party, and nobody wants me to bring, I think he was like 2 at the time. I was like, nobody wants me to bring a 2-year-old to the party. So I didn't go. And I was so sad, because I think I might have been the only person who didn't go.
There were like I think 3 people, but yeah, we would
Yeah.
have loved to have seen you there.
I know. I was really, really sad about it, because normally we don't get these. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know about you, but like, I don't know that I've ever had a wrap party for a game I've done.
No, never. I mean, if the DLC comes to light and we're all brought back, we should have a second rap party.
Yes.
That would be
Yes.
great.
I've talked about possibly, meeting up with Ash at one of the cons or something.
Oh, Ash is lovely.
Yeah, because she and I have the same con agent.
Yes.
So they're going to try to, I think, put us together at a couple of events starting next year because I
Mm,
joined way too late to get any
yeah.
bookings this year because it's like 6 months in advance. But yeah, so I will finally get to meet her in person. But we should just meet up at some point when I'm in London, really.
Yes. If you guys want, I think Elsie, who voices Kudara, the tomato girl in 100 Line, she's also at the same con agency, so you should really rope the
Oh
three
my
of you in.
gosh. Okay, I didn't know that. So I will
Yes.
have a look. Amazing.
Guys, request us for cons. You can have a 100 line
Yes.
panel at a con. We can do this live and in person, guys.
That'd be
All right.
incredible.
So the next question for both of us. Also, we do you have 10 minutes left? I don't mind going over the hour. Sarah,
No,
what are your thoughts on that?
no, nope, don't mind.
Okay, sure. Um, uh, I will see how the questions are looking towards the like when we go past the hour, but let's continue. To both of us, do you have any general advice for a new voice actor whose starting point has been trying to get cast in fan content related to Danganronpa and 100 Line? Yeah, any advice for a up and coming voice actor?
I definitely could. I mean, it's everyone that I know seems to have come into it in a different way. So, I mean, for me, I took a course in voice acting as part of my acting degree. And then I had a voice reel made directly after that. Um, and then when I moved over to the UK, for the first few years, I was a student, so I didn't do anything. But then as soon as I graduated, and was allowed to sort of, I had my work visa sorted out and everything. I then just started submitting to agencies. And I think this is where it can be different depending on how you're repped. Um, so, like, I'm exclusive with my agent, so I only book through her, but I don't think that that's what everybody does. Um, and in terms of like 100 line content, I don't know how you would do it. I mean, for this, my agent obviously got, the brief from the studio and then sent us the brief if we wanted to audition and then I did. But I don't know how I'm really not good at, as you can probably already tell, I'm not very good at kind of like putting myself out there. So most of what I have done has just come from my agent and then my submitting of myself for auditions through her. But I know that I've heard so many different ways that you can go about doing this, and so that's just how I've done it. But I feel like, Min, I feel like you've done things quite differently. So your
Yeah.
answer is probably a bit more helpful, to be honest.
Well, I also have a schooling background as well, but I did stuff on the side while I was at school. So I have a BA in drama and acting and stuff like that, but I didn't do any voice acting classes while I was at university or anything. My course was a lot more stage and screen based, but I started doing just a lot of like internet stuff when I was like 16. So a lot of work for like YouTubers and things like that, and actually a lot of Danganronpa fun content back in the day. Back when we had just gotten the third and final game of the Danganronpa series, and we were left out to dry. There was a lot of people trying to make like their own Danganronpa game or video series because that third game kind of left us on that big cliffhanger of, oh, there have been like 70 something games since the first game. You just haven't seen it all. So I did a lot of that. And then I continued my schooling. And then doing a lot of that, I ended up making friends and knowing more people who were a part of like studios. They were directors and stuff because they also enjoyed the same content. And it kind of just w- grew from there, like until I ended up getting with my agent, um, which is this through recommendation of Elsie, who is the Kurara voice actress. She recommended me to her agency, and I then got my 100-line brief through my agent. But I think differently. My agent, uh, I was very lucky to get the 100-line brief because for my agency, because we're quite a big agency, they requested specific people to audition. UK did the studio, and I was just one of the lucky few to actually get to read, and I'm very thankful for it. Whoever decided to recommend me and to get the audition, thank you. But yeah, I think my big advice is just really put yourself out there because I know a lot of people, they try and take classes and stuff, but they don't actually get behind the mic and make content or like get that sort of confidence behind the mic because it is much different than being on stage. It has like its own sort of like stage fright to it, and some people I feel just need to, with the sort of teachings for the classes that they might be taking, whether it be in school with like theater or like drama clubs, they just need to take that moment, get behind a mic, and just make something stupid, honestly, guys. Just make something silly, make something that you're proud of, just to get that confidence. And if you're gonna go through the whole indie scene like I did, just start making stuff.
Yeah, and I would say as well, if you are looking to get representation at any point, having a good short reel is
Mm.
key. And having a couple. So I have a commercial reel, which is sort of like commercially, but also cartoony. And then I have, or not cartoony, like commercially and sort of like realism type stuff, like audio drama type stuff. And then I have another one, which is my cartoon reel, which is sort of more, yeah, like cartoons and video game stuff. So, and then I have one of me reading books as well, which I don't really like doing, so I don't do that very often. But
Same.
it's where I don't I don't like it. Um, but it's one of the. But I think if you have a really nice short reel, like 1 minute, 1 minute 15 seconds, just short, um, and and what your casting is. I think that's also really important to know kind of where your voice sits in terms of genre and the casting and stuff. It's um, that's really important as well. But I think if if you share, if you make things and then you share them with people and just allow people to give you honest feedback and stuff, it's very
Mm.
helpful.
Yeah. I think the last thing I'll say on this topic is if you can't already tell, our voices, they are a bit different from our characters depending on like energy level and stuff, but you can still hear our character voices in our natural voices because I know a lot of people, they get into this sort of mind frame that the voice acting is all about the different kinds of voices you can do, but when in reality I think everyone should really focus on the performance and then find out through trial and error or some research where your own voice might lie.
100%. And actually, that leads into what I think is the next question, which
Yes.
is
Oh,
what was the
yes.
thought process behind Darumi's voice and general demeanor? Was there a certain inspiration behind her voice, or was there free reign on what her voice would sound like? Um, so I I came at it just from looking at her. I came at it with the kind of teenage energy that I was hoping I had a my voice was a lot higher when I was in high school, so I sort of went back to that, and that's kind of what I tried to channel for her. Um, but I also just was having a great time, you know, literally jumping around the studio. So I was just having a really good time with her. I didn't think too much about it. We sort of set the voice at one point because they liked what I had done for the audition, so they played that back to me. And they were like, "We want this voice, but we want it like 10 times more energetic than that." And so I was like, "Cool." And then with Tom's help, we found like I went kind of ballistic, and then he brought it down again, and then we kind of found this happy medium between the audition tape and then me going crazy. And we found this happy medium in the middle, and um that was sort of how I set her voice, was just I just sort of imagined myself with her hair just being her in the studio, and then made myself like 16, 17 again, and that is how her voice sort of appeared.
That
I
is a
hope that's
lovely process. Yeah, no. I hope that also helps with anyone who wants to try and like figure out their own voice if they are looking at dabbling in voice acting and acting in general, really. That was a lovely process. The next question is, if the Special Defense Unit were to meet the Danganronpa cast, which character do you think Hiruko would bond with and dislike the most? For Hiruko, I think she would really, really like both Sakura from the first game, but then also Kirumi Tojo from the third game, and I guess Peko, because she's very inspired by Peko. Just for what those characters do, they choose to sacrifice themselves um, for the betterment of who they were protecting, and that's definitely something that Hiruko would do. Just to try and save everyone. And I think Hiruko would probably dislike um, a lot of like the rowdier bunch. Uh, names are escaping my head. She would definitely hate Kokichi. I'm gonna just say like screw Kokichi right now. This is my answer for that. The next question is for you, Sarah. What would you say about your performance during the fish route?
is this is this blub blub blub?
Yes.
Yes. I So this was the weirdest part of the whole game for me. And what Tom said to me when we were doing this was, he was like, "We want this to be like, you know you've got a fish head, but and you can't say anything but blub, but you know that you've got a fish head, and you know that that's all you can say, but you're just like, what the hell?" So it's very much just like, I don't know, it's super weird. I felt like I don't know what to say about it. It was just really, really strange, and I don't remember what happens in that route at all, to be honest. It's been a while, and it's not one of the ones that comes up very often, and I haven't watched it on YouTube either. So I'm not I don't know if that's probably not a great answer for that one, but
That's okay.
blub
I
blub blub.
I don't even remember recording that route. I don't even know if Hiruko's really in it.
I
I
don't I
didn't
just
do much for that route. I wasn't one of the chosen few that got to do the rap battle either. The rap battle that Tom made because
oh,
they had to
I
translate
know.
it from the Japanese, and then Tom made the like did the rhythm and the flow for everyone. I was like, damn,
It's
we,
incredible.
we could have been rapping. Like, come
I know.
on.
I didn't get to do it either. I know.
The next question, was for Sunny, which was what was your favorite Darumi line, but I think we had that
We
earlier.
did,
If you want
yes.
a quick recap for that one.
Yes, just I like just the die. I loved the singing of the die line, and I loved the the paragraph where I open up to Takumi um, about my past. Those are my favorites.
Lovely. Such great moments as well.
Oh
The next
yeah.
question is for both of us. If you could voice act any other character, who? I'm gonna assume they meant in 100 Line. Were there any other characters now that you've seen bits and bobs from the game that you would have loved to have also voiced if it were like an alt universe?
Oh man. I mean, I think for me, Darumi is like the ultimate character that I wanted to play. But I think it would probably be one of the guys. Like I could do
Ooh,
Takumi.
absolutely.
I could do Takumi, sure.
Yeah, go for it.
It's like the alternate universe.
Yes. Oh, I know other people, and I've definitely mentioned it, of like there's this anime trope in a lot of like classic animes that have like filler episodes, but one of the tropes is always a body swap episode, like a Freaky Friday kind of like they all swap bodies, but a lot of anime like to make it so that the voice actors do their best impression of the person they've swapped bodies with, so they stay their own character, but they just do the best impression they can of the person they've swapped with, and I think that would be really fun to do. Can we have that as a DLC, please? My answer for this one probably would be, um, I mean, I kind of agree, in a similar vein to Sarah here, where like originally I didn't want Hiruko as much, um, but the more I stayed with her, um, the more I just fell in love with her, and I think she was like the perfect character that I wanted to voice because I have a situation with a lot of my voice, and I had a bit of help with my audition where I got a couple people's second opinions, just be like, does this sound okay? Where I have a thing with stoic characters. This is my first proper stoic character to play, where my voice always leans a bit flirty with my lines, just because of my the way my voice is. I've got a sign of like huskiness to my voice where it can sometimes lean a bit flirty when I'm trying not to be. So it was a nice challenge, and I think with like Tom's amazing help and direction, I could really grow with Hiruko. So I don't think I would want to voice any other character, but in an alt universe, fuck it, give me Kako. I want to be one of the creepy, stupid twins,
Amazing.
please.
I love that.
We're gonna skip ahead. There we go. Hopefully I didn't miss anything, but the next question looks like, oh, no, wait. There we go. The next question is, for you, Sarah, and this is a spoiler for the romance route. If Darumi was on the romance route, how would Darumi try to win over Takumi before the other girls?
Oh man. Does everybody have to win over Takumi in this route?
Yes. So this is a really stupid route because the way it's activated is if you say yes to kissing Hiruko on the roof, and then she like pushes you, and then she accidentally pushes you too far, and then Takumi goes into like a coma, and the rest of it is in Takumi's mind.
Oh my god.
And you get to do like a fun dating sim, like a dating game with it's Kurara, Tsubasa, Nozomi and Kyoshika, but yeah, so it's everyone's trying to like win a date with Takumi. So what would Darumi do to try and make Takumi pick her?
Well, I think she would suddenly go off him completely. She'd just leave him alone completely And he'd be like, "Is she dead?" Like, because, she comes to his room constantly and he's like slamming the door in her face and stuff. She like won't leave him alone. And I just feel like she would just not come out of her room. And he'd be like, "Is she dead?" And he'd be like, "Darumi?" And she just wouldn't respond. And then he would go in there and she'd be waiting behind the door and she'd just like lock the door behind him. It would be like freaky. It would be freaky.
I what happens in Red Storm really, where she starts distancing herself away from Takumi, and
Yeah,
that
and then it kind of
definitely
works. It kind
it
of works because he
works.
wants to know what's going on. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. I see the vision, I see it.
Hmm.
The next question, hopefully I haven't missed anything, is did you get to it was to me, did I get to talk with Takumaru's VA and what you say about Hiruko and Takumaru's relationship throughout second scenario? I unfortunately haven't, even though I literally just went to a scare park, I think it was yesterday with him. Um, yeah, sorry, completely forgot I was supposed to ask that, but, I will get on that, but, um, I will just to answer a sort of question relating to it, um, I know that, he originally, when he booked this role, he was kinda like, "Oh, damn, I got this character," because Takamura at the start is kind of like this he's this big tough guy that's all about, like, chivalry and protecting women, but in, like, the most misogynistic way possible. Played for comedy where he's always like, "Oh, I won't fight a girl because that'd be unfair." So it's, like, both chivalrous, but also like, "Oh, that's a little bit sexist there." But, he, since, he's had a very prolific career of playing a lot of characters, he wanted something a bit more meatier, but when he got through more with Takamura, he, uh he definitely grew to like the character a lot more, especially I think second scenario he really likes because that one was a rough one for everyone to do. But yeah, I haven't asked him about the relationship between the two characters. I will get on that, but there's a little Takamaru, I guess, like tea for you. All right,
The
I'm gonna
next one is, I think, at
yay.
8:27 for you, Min. It's, do you think
Ah,
Hiruko has a soft spot for Darumi?
absolutely, absolutely. I like. I haven't really figured out if Hiriko is treating it as more of a romantic thing or if it's more of like a big sis looking out for little sis kind of deal where like Darumi's this like carefree child that's that isn't very careful with what she's doing and Hiriko's just there like, hey, let's not run with knives, shall we? Lovely. Oh, the next one isn't a question, but it is Neonic's birthday. Can you guys wish them a happy birthday? Oh, yes. Happy birthday, Neonic.
Happy birthday!
Woo!
Aw, that's so nice.
Lovely.
It's actually my wedding anniversary today.
Oh my gosh, congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, 5 years married. It's
Oh my
very
gosh,
nice.
wow.
Yes.
Congrats.
But yeah, we went out to dinner Friday night and then we spent the morning this morning together. So it's just been very
Oh,
nice.
bless.
Yeah.
Hey, the next question is, if you were both in Takumi's place, let's see you already experienced the first route, which ending or ending do you think you'll get? Hmm. Um, if we go with what actually happened with like me and my partner when we were playing together, we ended up getting the coming of age route, the power of friendship ending. So I would have to answer that, but what about you, Sarah?
I don't know because I don't know how you get the endings. Well, I know you have to pick, it's like choose your own adventure,
Yeah.
right? So I don't know how I would get there. because I've not played it.
Fair enough,
But
fair
I would
enough.
want one where I live, and
Yes,
there
which
aren't too many of
oh,
those. So I would probably
killing
pick,
game.
yeah, or yeah. I mean, Retsu and I sort of live,
Yeah.
sort of, sort of. But
I think
yeah, probably Killing
killing
Game.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, Cosmic asked me the return of British Hiruko when. Never! British British Hiruko is a cursed thing. She can stay in the American accent. Um, the next the next question is, I noticed a few comments on Twitter mentioning they want a route where every man wakes up as a woman. How do you think Hideko and Darumi would react in this odd situation? So like kind of a body swap, but but like everyone just switched like sexes.
Well, Darumi would be naked like immediately, checking things out. Just like, yeah.
I think Hideko would probably be like um checking out how strong she could be in her new body.
Yeah, Darumi would be like in her room having some quiet time. Being like, this is awesome. Yeah, she'd love it.
All right, the next question is another sort of voice acting related one of how do you two warm up or get into character for recording sessions? I'm new to voice acting and would like to hear how you two do it as your performances of your characters are rather inspiring for me.
Oh, that's so nice.
So sweet.
I do try to warm up, especially for this. Um, there's sometimes I often record in the afternoon because I take trains into London from where I live, because I live about 2 hours away. So I oftentimes will have sessions in the afternoon, and so sometimes if I've been sort of talking throughout the day, I don't have to do too much. But if I have a morning session, I definitely do vocal warm-ups and I do singing work. I just sing. I do like singing trills and hums and things like that. Uh, so that's kind of if I don't always need to do it, but if I do, that is what I do.
I am actually the same, coming from a singing background. On that walk from like from like the tube station to the studio, that like, sort of like 10-15 minute walk,
Yeah.
I am doing my singing warm-ups.
Yes. Yep.
Absolutely. Um, Next question was, which are your favorite characters, except the ones you're playing, of course? I think I've been very vocal that my favorite character is probably Darumi.
Yes. Um, I actually really like Hiruko, so there
Oh,
we
look at
go.
that.
I know, I know. And it's like it's one of those things where I tend to like the characters who I would never voice, probably because it's that thing of like wanting what you can't, not necessarily wanting what you can't have, but like just being like,
Yeah.
"Oh, that's so amazing," because I just like my singing voice is very like very Snow White, and I always wanted to have like a really deep kind of like Cher voice, but I sound like Snow White.
Mm.
So it's that sort of thing. So I'm always like really I gravitate towards characters like Hiruko.
Aw. I
Yeah.
also fully agree with that. I'm very much a Meg from Hercules kind of voice, but I would love to have a lovely Snow White voice.
I know. I once got a breakdown for this. It was supposed to be like a sexy voice for like I don't know. I think it was supposed to be Pantene or something. And I don't
Oh
know
yeah.
why they asked me to do it because when I read the brief, it was like smoky, lower, like woman in her 30s, and I thought like this has got to be a joke, like so.
Oh,
So I actually sent a take in that was me that was just like canteen trophy. You know, I just did this really stupid take. And then I sent it to my agent and I was like, don't send this, but this is just a special thing that I made for you. Like, this is the dumbest. Like, I'm never gonna get cast in this.
Oh, bless.
I know.
Uh, the next question is, who is the strongest Special Defense Unit member do you think you can take in a fight? And so I think that's us as people, not our characters. Who do you think we could take in a fight out of the students? And the rules are no hemo anima or weapons to make it fair.
Oh my
Um,
God. Immune. That's mean. She's like small. No. She probably does like mind tricks and stuff. I wouldn't want to mess with her, to be honest. Oh, I don't know. Takumi.
yeah, I was gonna say Takumi.
Takumi! I mean, you could put like a banana peel down.
Yes, absolutely. He's such a boy failure of a character. I kind of love it.
I know. Takumi. The answer's Takumi.
The answer is Takumi, absolutely. Alright. Oh, a question for me of who would win in a fight, Hiruko or Genocide Jack? Hiruko, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
And the next question is, there's a red line on Hiruko's arm. Um, is this intentional or a mistake? Probably a mistake, guys. I don't know. It's probably a mistake. I don't know why I should have a random red line that has like nothing to do with it. The next question is for both of us. My gargantuan 100-line playlist with songs for each character is in development. Which songs, musicians, or groups do you two think should be included, either for your own perspectives or that of our characters? Okay, so sort of what songs, musicians, bands would Darumi and Hiruko kind of listen to or be related to?
There's a great Finnish band called Poets of the Fall that
Ooh.
a friend of mine got me into, and I got to see them in London many years ago now. But they are really interesting because they do everything from sort of like folk to heavy metal to rock to kind of like grunge. So they do loads of different types of music, but I love everything. And they've got a lot of songs that I feel like when I was recording for this, I listened to a lot of it on my way to the studio. Um, because they would have one song, for example, called I'm a Psycho, which is just like them screaming, I'm a psycho, like over and over again. And then the next song would be this sort of beautiful love song, but a love song to sort of themselves. And then the next song after that would be a kind of almost, folk style song about a poet and a muse. So like they were all these kind of I love them because I feel like they would work well for Darumi, but also they're just wonderful musicians. So I highly
Mm.
recommend listening to Poets of the Fall.
Ooh, lovely recommendation. I will definitely grab that off of you after the
Yes.
Q&A because I
Yes.
think it's something, whether it be me or my partner would like. Before I answer my half of the question, I think we should probably say like 5 more minute cutoff for people to write down their questions. So hopefully by the time we catch up to the present in the chat, it'll take us to the top of the hour.
Perfect.
Hopefully. So yeah, so mods, 5 more minutes and just cut off people writing new questions. That would be great. All right, so my half of this question. Um, I think you would have to sort of capture both of Hiruko's sides. Her sort of like cold queen leader like side with some like girl boss anthems, and then her sort of softer side that you get to see the more you get to know her with my recommendation for anyone who hasn't tried listening to her. It's Loewe, who is this Chinese Icelandic jazz
Ooh.
singer. And she sings, she sort of blends the ideas of jazz and musical theater together. And she writes a lot of songs about like being a hopeless romantic and a lot of like she's in love with love kind of like songs, but they're all like quite like ethereal, and she has that sort of like lower, more rounded, sort of huskier voice to her while still capturing her youth. But that kind of like I'm in love with love, or like I'm in love with these dreamlike scenarios would really capture Hiruko's like softer, more compassionate side. And then just like intersperse like rocky girl bossy anthems of your usual pop divas, I think would be fine, and rock divas. But yeah,
Amazing. I want to
that
give
is
that a
my
read too.
recommendation. Yes.
Yes. Oh, by the way, I just want to say I remember now the name of the character that
Yes.
I so it was basically auditioned for Darumi, Nozomi, and Moko.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Moko's such an interesting character. I think Jess does a great job voicing her. She added a lot of her own little like spins, just the way that you
Oh
kept
yeah.
swearing. She added a lot of like extra grunts and like wrestling like efforts after every line, and I think that was
So
great to
cool.
hear.
Yeah.
The next question is from me of what did you think of SF as a route, assuming you've played it? So this is your SF spoiler, everyone, because this is very deep into the game. There is your spoiler warning, but I really like SF as a route. Like it, but obviously I do share more of a connection with it because it is a Takumi and Hiruko mainly route. Where I guess I'll fill in Sarah for this one. This is like a really locked route where you have to play through a few other routes first to actually unlock the whole of this route, because it's a route where Hideko explains that she's also been time traveling through the route herself, through an old time machine she found off of campus. And you as Takumi now follow Hideko through her time traveling, and then you actually go through the other routes that you've just played through, but from their perspective of these two like masked individuals in these like diving suits running around, trying to basically like fix things from their own timeline. They're going through the whole like, oh, let's change the result of these routes to how they should be by like fixing this, moving that, sort of like time travel shenanigans. But it's a great route where you get to explore Hideko and her desire to save everyone, because she's actually been doing this for, I think someone calculated it as like 40 years or something. She's just been
Oh my
doing this
God.
time. She's kind of stuck in this like infinite time loop where no matter what happens, she dies at the end, and she's trying to save everyone, including herself. So
Gosh.
this it's an insanely like like emotional route, especially if you are a Hiriko fan. So I might have to link you a video to someone playing through that one too.
Yes, please. I would just love to be able to watch more, and I'm useless at
Yeah.
finding stuff. So I don't know, because I don't like I'll open something up and I'm like I don't even like I don't know where this starts. So I need someone to tell me what to
I
do.
will I will get you all those links afterwards. But yes,
Amazing. Thank you.
I really like the SF route because it plays with the whole like time travel mechanic. It has like an adventure to it, but it also has that kind of blossoming sort of romance between Takumi and Hiroko, where like Takumi's the only person she feels safe enough to really show her true colors in. Obviously, I have heard the critiques about the route, and I do agree. If you're not that invested in Hiroko, it's not that great of a route for you because the other characters aren't really involved. But yes, I really like it. Ooh, time to scroll. Time to scroll. Ah, there we go. A question for both of us. Question: in the killing game route, Hiroko is very protective of Darumi in a way that isn't really brought up in other routes, and Hiroko dies telling Takumi how much she wants to see Darumi be okay before it goes further. Darumi does talk about being enamored by Hiroko in other routes, but it's not really reciprocated in those. What do you imagine a route where the bond between the two characters elaborated on more could look like? Um, I think this is quite similar to that sort of Daruko route we spoke about earlier, where
Yeah,
it could,
100%.
yeah, it could start off with that sort of comedic kind of mistress pet like dynamic they have, but then slowly Takumi's witnessing them open up more about like their relationship, whether it be like romantic or platonic, but that's sort of like Hiruko's the big sis protecting Darumi, who's just trying to discover herself in the world for the first time, like properly. I think that would be great.
Yeah, and I also feel like Hiruko is the one person for Darumi who like she's happy to take it slow for.
Yeah,
And
I
she's
agree.
really and she because she's so comfortable with her and she's so like enamored by her, but not just because she like fancies her, but also because she, thinks she's really cool and like looks up to her that way too. So yeah, so I think it could be a nice slow burn, but really, yeah, I think you do loads with it.
Absolutely. All right, the next question. Again, hopefully I haven't missed anything. If mods I've missed anything, could you just like reply to the ones I've missed and just at me at the end? Well, I'll make sure I don't want to miss anyone. But the next question is for both of us. Here's a question for both of us. Would you like to get the chance to play a Gi version of your characters? Oh, do you know about the Gi, Sarah?
No, what is it?
Okay, so on some of the routes, so this will probably go spoilers into the slasher route and some of the boxes routes. But basically, there's this like old alien thing that I think on some of the routes Darumi discovers because she thinks it's like some cool treasure box. But when you open it, it's like it's kind of like a brain infecting alien that takes over your body and makes you kill everyone. So that's kind of the cause of the slasher route, where, spoiler alert for everyone, Takumi ends up killing everyone without the player knowing. Because people just randomly die in like horrible, like slasher movie type ways, and it's kind of written very like slasher movie. And then the plot twist at the end is like Hiroko knew the whole time but didn't want to tell Takumi because he would do the chivalrous thing of ending himself. Um, and also, Hiroko has some selfish reasons for that you'll find out more, Sarah, when you watch the SF route.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, so the Gi is this like alien creature that takes over your body and makes you do evil things because it wants to, multiply.
I would love to have a yes. Yes, I would love to get
Mm.
the chance to play that.
The way that Jay played it was so cool because Takumi's kind of this like doofus ass character most of the time, but then like Jay put on this like really cool lower like serious voice when the big reveal happened that he was the Gi. And yeah, no, I would love to play like an evil Hiroko because she's she's not evil, she's just she's just hard on you, okay guys. Um, but like an actually evil Hiroko would be very interesting to play.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be really fun for me as well as Darumi because she's, even when she's sort of like doing her die killing game thing, it's still, she's like excited about it because she's like, she's got that sort of glee, playful gleefulness about it. It would be really, really cool to be able to play her without that, with just, pure menace. I would love it.
Yeah, because I agree, because Darumi would be the interesting one because she's always so like unserious about everything. She treats
Yeah.
everything as kind of like a joke or like a funny bit. But like to have her genuinely serious about being evil would be crazy to watch. That'd be great.
Yeah. Amazing.
All right. The next question was asked before, but it was favorite lines. You've answered before, but I'll quickly answer. Again, spoilers for SF because it is one of my favorite routes, but one of my favorite lines to record was holding Takumi in my arms as he takes his last breath, and it was kind of like the final moment for Hideko because I didn't record that many crying lines for Hideko, but this is like a moment where she does indeed cry, and that was like a moment to record, and I really liked that. And I guess the my basso noises that everyone like loves to quote back at me because I, I finally did it. I hit a line that became such a brainworm that people start repeating it back at me. Um, have you seen any of the battle lines from people?
When you say battle lines, are you talking about the ones where we're like where the background is red?
Yeah, those ones.
Yeah, they're awesome. Yeah. That's actually one of my that was actually one of my favorite things to record
Oh, your lines were so fun.
because
I
I
like how
sang for
yeah.
it. So like I got to like
Yes.
do this little song and then the laugh with this like hysterical evil laugh. Yeah.
Oh, it was
It was
lovely.
really fun.
The addictive line that apparently everyone likes from me is when Hiruko shows her more sadistic, I like killing people because it's cool art, because she has that kind of side to her, is
Yes.
she
It's
screams
really
out,
good.
she
Yeah.
screams out, show me your insides.
It's so good. I know. I have watched them because somebody
Yeah.
made a video of all of them in a row.
Yes.
And so,
Oh, it's so
yeah,
addictive. I
it's
really
so
like
good.
Tsubasa's one where she goes, "Let's ride," because oh, her voice is so cute, and that's like her natural voice, guys. Her voice is just that high and sweet and cute, and it's just so nice to hear her say something like "Let's ride" because she's gonna shoot a bunch of people from her car. All right.
Have you record I've recorded with her quite a lot, and I've recorded with Jay quite a lot. I'm recording with him now.
I have that was my first time recording with a lot of this cast. I record with Elsie and Andrew quite a lot. And but no, for the rest of the cast, this is the first time I recorded with all of you.
Amazing. Yeah, I've recorded with Jay a lot. I've recorded also with Chris Ragland
Oh,
a
oh, he
lot.
was so good.
We record together all the time, but we do a lot of like English learning tapes together.
Ah.
And he plays my dad a lot, even though we're the same age. So it's really funny.
Oh, I've also recorded with Ina before. She plays
Oh,
Ava.
Ina, yes.
Yes,
Yes.
Ina's so lovely.
Yes. Ina and I play siblings all the time in like
Oh,
in
that's so
English
cool.
language tapes and stuff because
And
it's yeah.
and I guess in this game for Kameian, she actually plays your mother.
Yeah, yeah. Yes. Again, we're the same age.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Hilarious.
All right, so the next question is for both of us. Are you familiar with the Zero Escape series? If so, what are your favorite characters or games? Sarah, have you
I'm
ever heard of the Zero Escape series?
no.
Okay,
No,
so
very sheepish.
it's okay. So, you know the other writer on 100 Line, Uchikoshi?
Yes.
He's one of the other like main writers, and he was the one that also designed the whole choose your adventure like programming system for the game.
Oh, that's
He
cool. Okay.
he makes a lot of these kind of like escape slash like choose your own adventure games with some like like mystery elements to it called the Zero Escape series, where it's very like it's a little bit Saw like but with like more puzzles, but people do die, where it's kind of like nine strangers locked in like in a big escape room, and they need to figure out how to escape and why they're there and follow some weird game rules. um but yeah, that's kind of the Zero Escape series, and you can see a lot of the inspirations from that in 100 Line with the way that they've done all that. I'm here just to teach Sarah all these
I'm
games.
just like
Um,
I was like, I'm taking notes over here, like, okay.
absolutely.
Yes.
uh, my favorite character is Lotus, and my favorite game is 999. That's a really lovely bunch where they all have code names based off of the number they were given, and they have to get through rooms by making by putting the right people in the right like like paths that add up to X number using their own numbers and solving puzzles together and stuff like that. That's a really fun one if you ever want to watch a playthrough of that.
Yeah, yes. I need to learn things, so,
Yeah. Plus,
yes.
a lot of these games have some cool performances as well. You can call it like acting research.
Exactly.
They're also tax deductible as well if you're worried about spending all your money on games.
That's amazing.
Yes,
I
it's all market research for us actors.
Amazing.
Right. Time to get through all the little guy spam that happened. All right.
Yeah.
The next question is for me, or hopefully it's a question. Honestly, if there was a Kakara, a little creature, we perfect. Oh, no, it was a little comment.
Oh,
Yes.
that's sweet.
Yeah, because Kaka's whole deal is she wants to be a detective because that's what her dad was. So she wants to be a little detective, and she does a lot of detective solving in the game. Even though the memories are fake, but that's the horror of this game. But
Of
yeah,
course,
I think having a
except for
little.
Darumi.
Oh yeah, just
You would love
Darumi.
it.
Yes, he
Yes,
would absolutely love
you
it.
would love it.
Yes.
Um,
All right.
okay. What
Ooh,
you
the
got?
next. I think it's from Dio, the one and only. Hypothetically, if you guys were called to voice act one of the Danganronpa characters for a remake, who would you want to voice?
Well, I
It's gonna
can't
be
answer
harder.
because I don't know. But who would I voice? Min.
Okay, so we have some cool options for you here.
Okay.
Um, we have, I think, characters that would fit your kind of voice range. I'd want to give you a character that like would also be really interesting for you to voice at the same time as like fitting your your higher range of voice. I think you would really like Ibuki. Ibuki is very Darumi coded. She's like this like unserious like rocker chick that like really likes like her music and she's kind of wacky and zany.
Ooh,
She's
I'm
got like
looking at her now. I've just
yes.
looked her up. Oh, she's awesome.
You can see where the Darumi inspiration comes from.
Definitely.
A lot of the Hundred Line characters look like they use a lot of beta versions of Danganronpa characters to sort of form these characters' designs. So yeah, I think the other one that would be very interesting for you to voice would be Miyu, which is Miu. She's kind of this like she's this very egotistical like engineer girl who can create anything and she talks a big game, but in reality her inventions are kind of shit and she kind of like detracts from her shit inventions by being a little bit like crass, a little bit rude, quite explicit with her language, and she makes a lot of sexual innuendos just to distract you from how shit her inventions actually are by
Mom would be
being
like, "We need you to curse more,
yeah, we
please."
need to curse more.
Yeah.
She has
Okay.
some insane, like, voice lines. I don't know how they got through censorship.
Amazing.
She says a lot of crass and rude shit, and it's all because she's got a she's got an inferiority, like, complex where it's like, "Don't look
Amazing.
at the I'm the best, I promise. Oh, no, look over there, I'm so hot." Like,
Yeah,
that.
she looks a little bit like a kind of like, I don't know, like a kind of slightly possessed Regina George or something. I love it.
Yeah, she has a she does pick on a lot of characters because it's
She wears
like
pink as well.
yeah. She has that mean girl
Nice.
energy because she's also like, "Oh, I'm better than you, definitely, promise. I'm gonna be mean to you to really double down to hide the fact that I'm actually kind of mediocre." I think you'd have
Love
a
it.
lot of fun with that character.
Yeah, I
Um,
love it.
and as for myself, I mean, I would love to voice Kurumi Tojo. She's this kind of like maid who like when you get to her trial and find out that she's the culprit, you find out her real intentions is she's actually the secret like vice president of Japan and she's really desperate to save her people. So she herself has this kind of like cold demeanor that Hiruko has, but then she has that sort of really desperate moment where she got so desperate that she kind of outed herself as the killer and
Oh
she
my
tries
gosh.
anything to escape because it was just yeah. All right.
Amazing. Uh,
Oh, the next question is
is
what
this the
do you get?
merch collab one?
Yes.
Yes.
What kind of like collab event or merch collab event would you like uh or like kind of a collab event 400 line? Have you seen the collab events that they've been doing for merch?
I've seen some of them. It's like where they take two, is it sort of like where they take two games or two sort of
Kind
art
of, yeah.
styles and then sort of like mix them together?
Kind of. The merch side of things is they combined they did a collab with like a record store to sell some 100 line specific merch. And it was like they picked like 5 characters and they were all in like band gear and like rocker uniforms and
I
things like
saw
that.
that. Yes, I saw it because they gave
Yeah.
Darumi the base, I think, for that.
Yes.
Yes, I
And then
did
they
see it.
sold merch of the characters looking like that. So like is there
Amazing.
any like store that you would like to have or like theming for your character to see Darumi in?
I thought it would be really cool. I mean, I thought it would be cool for there to be a mug where Darumi, if you put hot water in the mug, where her hair would go
Oh.
blue. So it, I mean, that sounds like kind of silly, but I love that kind of thing. Like, I love it. I
Yes.
love like those heat changing mugs. Um, they're just, I just love them. Um, but I also thought it would be really cool to have. I am a big like I'm not like a massive drinker, but when I do, I like a really good beer. And I thought it would be
Ooh.
cool for a brewery to do like a 100 line um where they have like a character on for like each bottle. And so you'd have like someone would be like a stout, and then somebody would be an ale, and somebody would be a golden lager, and someone would be a bitter, and someone would be, and they would have, you know, the beer, like each character on a beer bottle. For like I don't know what company, maybe because the ones that I like are quite. There's one, oh, what is it called?
I'm not much of a
There's
beer drinker, so I can't really
Yeah,
help.
I'm a big fan, but there's a couple of cool breweries that I feel like are niche enough that they could get behind something like that.
I like that. I've been thinking whilst you're answering, and I've really come up with a blank. Um, I think it would be, what would I have? I would like 100 line to have a nice like collab. Hmm. Hmm. Because I know other companies like to do collabs with like other brands and stuff. I think the first thing that came in my head for Darumi would be like a collab with Hot Topic, but like Darumi was wearing actual Hot Topic stuff. Like it'd be Darumi
Yes.
in Hot Topic stuff, but then on a t-shirt, sold by Hot Topic. I think that would be really funny.
So funny.
Um, and you know what, to go to the same vein as you, Sarah, I guess like maybe like a fancy like whether it be alcoholic or like no and low, but like sort of like a fancy like mixer kind of thing, but it's all the characters in like evening wear, so you could feel all fancy with it. So
Amazing. I love that.
it'd be like spritzes, mixes, wines, things like that.
Yes.
But they're all in like nice evening wear.
Yes, yes, I'd be totally up for that. I feel like there needs to be a sort of like distillery or, some kind of place that would do something like that.
Absolutely. The next question is for me. Is there any character that you would like a Hiruko dating route with? Darumi?
Hello.
That one. That Hiruko doesn't really interact with too many people. That's the thing. She's quite to herself, apart from like bits with Darumi and a lot with Takumi. So I think it'd only be right for a Darumi route.
Yep,
Scroll.
definitely.
Hey, this is an
Ooh,
interesting one. Yeah.
Darumi's favorite candy. Um, so I don't know what they're called, but they're basically they're like jawbreakers, but they're like so insanely sour that someone gave me one and didn't tell me what it was, and I thought I was gonna be sick. And I feel like that is what Darumi would really enjoy because she'd feel like she was kind of like having some kind of like, I don't know, just it would give her an experience. A not very pleasant one, but she's kind of into that. So I feel like it would be these super sour jawbreakers type
Oh,
things.
absolutely.
But they're evil, I'm gonna tell you now, especially if you don't know what's about to hit you.
I think Darumi would also like do you know those, like, Harry Potter jelly bean things where it's, like, the bad one and the good one? They were branded
Oh,
Harry Potter, but now they're not, thank God.
yeah.
But yeah, like,
The one
they
where
both
you can
look
have,
the
like, a vomit
same.
jelly bean?
Yes, but it could be vomit or, like, peach, and they both look the same. I think Darumi would just take the whole packet and have it all in one go.
I do too, I think she just tip it down her throat,
Yep,
basically.
absolutely.
Hilarious.
The next question is for both of us. Who's your favorite commander? Oh, we didn't get to voice any commanders, did we?
No.
I really wanted to voice one, guys. I think I've been quite vocal about the, "Oh, I really wanted to voice a commander." Um, do you know the
Who is
commanders?
the one isn't one of the ones with that, like, tiny little baby voice? Is that a
Oh,
commander, or am I thinking of something else?
no, I think you're thinking of something else. The like, the commanders are the big bosses that you would fight.
Yeah,
Um,
but I
and
thought one of them had, like, a modulated baby voice, but
maybe?
it's probably somebody else, I don't know.
My favorite commander was Turin Tammy because she was, like, the singer idol one, and I really wanted to voice that one. Tom, if you somehow see this, I really wanted to voice that one. It's okay though. But yeah, her whole shtick was like she would play this song and everyone would go into like this weird dream and the art style would all change. And we'd be in like a sort of like romance kind of visual novel and and then Takumi's like, wait, this isn't right, and then he breaks out. But like it's just her being a diva and I think that's why I like her. Uh, oh, bit of scrolling. Blub blub blub. If you find the next question before me, feel free to
I know, I'm
read
trying
it
to
down. Oh, I've got 2110, so 910. If you find something
cool.
before that. Cool, cool,
No,
cool.
nope, I have not found anything before that.
Okay. Well, besides each other, who was your favorite performance among the cast and what was your favorite line from them? Ooh. Well, this depends on if how much Sarah has seen.
I, ooh, can you still hear me? I think I just pulled out my
Oh, we can
I
also
just
hear you.
oh, good, okay, 'cause I can now only hear out of one side
Oh
of my
no.
what is happening? Is it doing this to me?
A
Stop
few
it.
technical issues are fine.
Oh, I fixed it,
You
okay.
good? Cool. Yeah. How
Yeah.
how much of the cast have you heard? Was there anyone that stood out besides us two?
I've heard quite a bit of the cast, yeah, I I thought Chris did great, actually.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, but he is brilliant. I mean, he's done, like, loads of different things, and he can make himself sound very different depending on what he's doing as well.
Yes. I
He's
mean, I
Shuma, right?
yes, he's a little stinky man himself.
Yeah. Thought he was brilliant.
Oh, his performance, it just grew and grew, and he has some really, really good lines on that sort of truth route that I'm gonna link you, where uh where he comes to a lot of revelations and he plays it so so well.
Yeah, I mean, I can't think of I can't remember the lines, but I just remember thinking he did a really good performance.
I heard a lot of him while I was recording because he would always be in the session before me. So like
Oh, amazing.
I would just be chasing him. Like he would have done a scene and then I'll be right there like, "Oh, it's my time to do the scene." So they would just play me back all of his audio and no, his performance was just great. Um, I mean, I really liked Elsie's Karara because this is an extremely high voice to what she usually
Yes.
does. You don't know Elsie too well, but she is one of our like smoother like mid to low range females, but she does
Wow,
have that range
okay.
to go that high, but that is like the
Amazing.
top of her range right there. And she was also really sick while recording as well. She'd gotten a cold from a convention she had gotten, so she had come back with like a bunged up nose and she was really worried. But I think like her bombastic kind of performance for Kurao was so lovely to see in that sort of group of very big personality characters as well.
That's awesome. I had no idea that she was 'cause I don't know her, so that's the first time I'd heard her, so
Yeah,
that's very
I,
cool.
her natural's quite like a mid tone, and
Wow.
then but a lot of the character she does is on the lower end because she voices a lot of like the commanding like girl bosses. And then she sometimes goes up to, like, the sort of, like, sweetheart, like, teenage girls as well, but that was such a fun performance, and I'm glad they let her sort of, like, slip into this sort of, like, American to, like, posher American to, like, transatlantic kind of, like, range of accent as well, because it really fit her sort of princessy role in this.
That's perfect.
Oh, more scrolling from us. Yes, the happy birthdays. Okay, there we go. The next one I'm seeing is 2112.
Yes. Would Darumi and Kako argue over their favorite Danganronpa characters? Ooh. Yeah. I mean, I think she'd be, like, open I mean, I think she'd wanna talk about it. She'd talk about that with anyone. I don't d is she also just, like, a really is she also into it as well? Is Keiko also into it?
She's really into like mystery things. So yeah, I think she would also be
Yeah,
into it.
then she would, definitely.
Yeah, she's into
Yeah,
like mystery novels and media. So yeah, both sides of the
yeah.
coin, the
I mean,
gore and
I
yeah.
wish I could just, like, answer that with like, in a better way. I just don't know enough about Danganronpa to, like, give a really cool, character answer. But I definitely think that they would. And I think that I think they would probably have very different ideas of who the best characters are too. So
Hmm.
they would
I
argue about
I
it, but like
agree.
in a good way.
Yeah,
In like a cool way.
absolutely. All right, the next question's are quite a fun one. If you ever get to voice in another video game, which would it be? Let should we raise it to like both video games and like say like media like animation and stuff just to widen the pool for Sarah just a little bit more.
Yes. Well,
um
I would love to voice for a Disney movie. Like that would just be
yes.
because like so I have a project coming out next year on streaming on Disney Plus.
Ooh,
Which is
congrats.
yeah, thank you. So that will be coming out, I think, kind of like spring, early summer next year. But I really would love to, I don't think it's possible these days to really, voice for like a Disney princess because they pretty much give all of those roles to like name actors and stuff these days. But
Mhm.
I wouldn't mind who it was. I would just love to be in one of the like, you know, summer blockbuster Disney movies. That would just be like a dream for me. How about you?
um uh Video game wise I would love to voice for uh I would love to voice for probably like oh gosh, why am I blanking now? uh I mean, a Danganronpa game would be amazing because it's kind of how I started my sort of, like, internet stuff. Um, but, like, I guess, like, probably, like, a Nintendo game. I'm a big Nintendo fan, so, like, one of the Nintendo games would be great, and then like, film-wise, in a sort of similar vein to Sarah here, I'd really like to be in a Ghibli movie, like a Disney Ghibli
Nice.
movie, because that would be, like, great because I grew up watching those as well.
That would be amazing, actually. That would be so
Yes.
good. Yeah. Um,
Scrolling, I'm scrolling. And the next one I found is 2119.
yep.
Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, what do you think Hiruko and Darumi's favorite genres of music are?
Ooh, you go
Ooh.
first.
I think Hiruko, just to fit that whole like thing where she's like, yeah, I'm gonna have some wine after a battle. I think she would like smooth jazz for that. Something
Yes.
classy, classical jazz, that kind of genre there.
Yeah, I feel like Darumi is, you know, pretty into like um heavy metal and rock, but I feel like
Mm.
she'll also just occasionally be like she'll like kind of like creepily come up behind Takumi and just be like, "Have you heard this John Denver song?" Like I just feel like and I feel like it's just like freak him out, but she's like actually had to listen to all of that to like know the song she's gonna like torture him with, you know? So like I feel like she's very well she's listened to everything and she's, you know, pretty open-minded about music, I think.
Yeah, I agree. Um, the next question I have is 2123.
Mm, I just
If that looks all
yes.
good.
Yeah, think so.
Cool, cool, cool. Have you seen or interacted with any of the 100 line parody accounts on Twitter? There's a community of people that just do cross-universe roleplay of the 100 line Danganronpa. I've seen it. I've not interacted, but I have seen it. I don't know if you've seen it at all,
I've seen some of it. Um,
where people are just called like the character name and they sort of
yes,
tweet like the
yes.
character.
Yes, I have seen it. I think I've maybe liked it occasionally too. I have seen it. I'm like I do my oh, this is really sad. I do my tweet once a day. Like I go on there and I'm like, okay, I have like all these tweets. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do a tweet. And then I do the tweet. And then right before bed, I look at it and I see like what's going on with 100 line. And then I go to sleep.
No, I like
But
that.
it's like my little ritual now. So it's very nice. So I have seen it. And I think it's really cool that people do that. It's really fun. I mean, I would love to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen the daily Ato and daily Takumi account where they're like fan accounts that post like a clip or a picture of the character like once a day. And I'm just wondering where are the daily Hiruko and daily Darumi accounts? Like, come on. Fan bases, come on, guys. I also think it's really cool that the Daily Takumi Voice, or the Daily Takumi page, posts clips of both the Japanese and the English Takumi because it's great to like show off both performances. Because again, both teams did an amazing job with acting out this game. All right, the next question is for both of us. If your character were to get a piercing, which one would they get?
Tongue.
Uh,
Definitely
hmm.
tongue.
No, I could see Darumi with a tongue piercing.
Definitely.
I I think Hiruko. Hmm. I'd probably say like an eyebrow piercing for Hiruko.
I can see that. Or like a cuff on the ear or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something that wouldn't be like too out there, but also just a little bit out there for her. All right, the next question's for you, Sarah. What did you think of saying poggers in Darumi's voice?
So I had no idea what that meant when I first read that. I was like, what is that? And so it was explained to me. And then because I was thinking in my mind, I'm like, pogs? Like from the early 90s? I was like, I was like, I used to collect those. He's like, no, Sarah, no, that's not what it is. was like, oh, okay. So then he explained it to me. So I just had a blast with it, basically. I think I recorded it maybe 5 times, and I think he chose the most unhinged version of it. So yeah, really good.
I am so glad that line is so good. Especially when it's coming from someone who doesn't know the internet culture behind it, because it's quite a recent thing. Oh, no, I think my favorite moment of Darumi was learning that you had actually, like, taken a break from social media, and you were there in the booth recording a character that was making all these references to all this media.
Yeah, I know. And I had sort of called my social media to being just basically my Instagram account, which I barely, I put something up like maybe once every couple weeks, and then my Facebook, which I really only had because my family, is all in the US, and so I put like family pictures on there and things like that. So I had sort of just like, taken everything down to those two accounts. And then and then yeah, I just didn't know. I don't know how I didn't know this. But I said this to Tom, but he was just like, that's crazy. I was like, yeah, I know, but I just didn't know that people would want to know me beyond the voice, which I
Hmm.
now know is totally nuts, but I just didn't have a clue. So anyway.
No, that's really wonderful, and, like, I've probably said it to you before, but, like, Darumi's performance was very, very lovely. I would not like if you had told me that you didn't actually know any of it. I it definitely did not show in any performances. Like it really felt like someone who was very in tune with internet culture.
Yeah,
So
well, I mean,
very well done.
I did know what I was talking about because I did research it and I did, I was told what things meant and stuff. So
Mhm.
it was coming from a place of truth. It's just very different from me as a person. So,
The power of acting, everyone.
yes. Yes.
Lovely. And in the same vein, Sarah, what was your reaction to recording some of the more emotional Daruma moments in Retsnom, and did any of them make you tear up? Again, guys, Retsnom spoilers.
Yeah, I loved it when I got to do this monologue because it really felt like I could finally get my story, as Darumi told. Um, However, because she is fighting this Retsnum from taking over, it was all sort of like just trying to keep it together. So for me it wasn't so much it didn't make me tear up. It was more this sort of internal fight of I need to say this because this is like I'm not going to be able to hold this off much longer. And like I had some people asking me like, well, is that actually her talking if this is the Retzman, whatever? And to me, it absolutely is because what I think is so cool is that I actually think that the way that I played this was that she's actually tricked the Retzman into thinking that like crazy girl personality is her. And so that's what they're attacking at this moment. But she starts to lose it near the end. And so basically for me playing that scene, it was definitely emotional, but the kind of the sort of internal turmoil of this monster taking over uh was is sort of always there. So I found it more like this urgency to get this information out to Takumi, more than, um, I don't know, sadness, really. More just urgency and love for this person who's like cared about her. real love. Not necessarily like sexual love, but just like love for someone that she really cares about. So yeah, really good question.
It's really lovely hearing your sort of process through that because like it's sometimes kind of rare to hear like an actor's process through like an X moment, but I really liked your interpretation of that scene.
Thank you.
Right. We're getting towards our last question, so I hope you guys have all enjoyed it so far, and yeah, let's get through these last ones. The next question is, would Hiruko visit Iceland if she could? Yeah, I think anyone in the SDU would visit somewhere else other than, their sort of fake memories of being trapped in a dome, be like actually able to explore the world. But yeah, I think Hiruko would visit Iceland in particular because it is a very pretty place, probably full of many lavender fields. The next question is for me as well. How fun was recording Hiruko's more sadistic lines? They were really fun. I think I mentioned before that I'm not that much of a screamer. I like to have this kind of thing where I found when I've been like maybe directing some actors or speaking to other directors where you get a lot of actors that can scream really really well, but then their laughs and cries are a bit weaker, or you get the opposite way round where like their laughs and cries are really good, but they're like excruciating yells are like are on the weaker side, and I do fall in the stronger laughs, weaker screams. But for the sadistic lines, I really enjoyed doing them because in my head, since I've consumed these games before, I had a vague idea of how the Japanese would perform it, and I wanted to just like me and Tom both in agreement of like, let's make it really visceral, let's make it really fun, let's make it a bit psychotic. And we sort of just rolled with it, and I found it really fun. The next question is for you, Sarah. If you could make a route for the game, what would it be a route? Example being like maybe something stupid like Takumi and Darumi go ghost hunting or whatever you'd like. What route would you want to maybe record?
Oh, that's so cool. Oh my goodness. I would really like to do one where she can have a romance. And I mean, I know we've talked a lot about in this chat today, we've talked a lot about the Hiruko Darumi romance, but also there's like her fun little thing with Tsubasa.
Yes.
And I don't know, like it's not that it has to be anything crazy long term or whatever, but I think it would have been cool if she could have had a full route being alive where um, she gets to have a little romance. And also, it would be really cool to find out a little bit more about, obviously, we find out later that it's like a false memory, but find out a little bit more about her family that's sort of more daily life about her family, and maybe a sort of face off with her mother. I don't know. There's just things that I thought about a lot when I was recording, and I don't actually know if they would make good roots or not, but they were just things that would have been cool to explore.
Well, hopefully this DLC does actually come to fruition. That would
But
be
I mean, I would like to do a ghost hunt.
yes.
Yes.
Oh, did you know that I actually went on a real life ghost hunt with a couple of the Hunterline VAs?
What?
Yeah,
No.
so me, Elsie, and Andrew, so me, Karara, and Takemaru's VA,
Oh my
we
God.
we went to Gloucester Prison at night, guided
No.
tour, and went ghost hunting together.
That's incredible. I love that.
It was a really fun experience. I would suggest it for people to go try ghost hunting, guys. It's fun.
We have a so I live in Lincoln, which is just sort of like,
Yeah.
yeah, 3-ish hours north by car of London. And uh there's a podcast that Danny Robbins does about like hauntings and stuff. and it's one of the episodes takes place in Lincoln Cathedral, and it was, like,
Ooh.
terrifying, but I never get that feel when I'm in there, I never get the feeling that it's, like, bad vibes, but then when you think about kind of, like, English history and the
Yeah,
history of the cathedrals, you're like, "Definitely bad vibes." So I mean, I'm sure it's very haunted. Um,
absolutely.
yeah, so that would be a good one, and they do a haunted Lincoln tour, and I haven't done it yet,
Ooh.
so I
Oh,
should do that.
I'd suggest it. It'd be really fun.
Yes, definitely. I'll do it, and I'll report back.
Yes, please do. The next question was just a little, my first introduction to you, Min, was your meme voiceover. Do I remember it? I think this is yes. I do remember this one. Yes. It was very fun to do. Too bad someone was that there were some things that came up and I had to take it down because someone was a little unhappy that I was in this game. Um, which is fine. We move over, but yes, it was very fun. Uh, the next question is, it's for both of us. Which of the songs in the game is your favorite? Do you have a favorite song in the game, Sarah?
I don't know, but I really like the kind of, jazzy music. I have to say I was not expecting that at all.
Oh, the Danganronpa music is a blessing.
It's incredible. I was like, "What is this? Are we" like, it really I wasn't that isn't what I saw coming.
Yeah. I really like I'll list a few of my highlights because I do know quite a few of them. I really liked the Side song that comes up whenever he randomly appears, that little groovy beat. I really like the remix of Claire de Lune they put in because I really like the droning background synths. Claire de Lune is like a popular motif that Kodaka likes to use
Yeah. Oh,
in his
amazing.
projects. So it shows up during like a lot of Nozomi moments with Takumi where it's like really like quiet and emotional. You get this like remade version of Claire de Lune with like an eerie sort of like synth in the background, just really quiet. It's really nice. And I really like Carousel as one of the credit songs that you can get because there is an SF version of Carousel that changes one of the lyrics slightly to relate more to like Hiruko's um endless time loop and it's just got such a funky beat.
Awesome.
uh yeah, the next question, it's a really sweet one. To both of us, did you enjoy the Q&A?
Yes.
Yes, it's so lovely. I'm glad you invited me to do this because I was just like, I wanted to do another one again, and then you wanted to do one, so I was like, yeah, let's just do one together.
Yeah, I prefer it because I just feel like it's nice to have I don't know, it's like without someone else, you're just sort of talking to yourself, and I felt like this would be
Yeah.
better, and, like, you've just been so lovely and helpful as well because you guys, I don't know what I was doing for, like, most things, and so I'm, like, always, like I'm on my phone, I'll be on my phone, I'll be like, "Man, help me, what does this mean? What are they talking about? What is it?" And they're
And my
always so
response is
helpful.
always like, I got you, gal, come on. Absolutely. And I think that was our last question.
Amazing.
What a sweet one to end on.
So
Well,
nice.
I hope everyone has enjoyed, and thank you so much for coming and asking us all your cool questions and just being here with us. It means a lot, really.
It's
Um,
so lovely.
yeah. Sarah, I guess we'll just end with just me scrolling all the way to the bottom. There is a button right there that says jump to present. That would really help. There we go. Yes, if I will post my socials, but if any of you guys want to follow us outside of the Discord realm and just see what we're up to, we're very sweet. We typically do respond to people, and if you have any more questions, I'm okay with answering them on my social media as well.
Yeah,
I'll quickly
same.
drop my stuff, and then you can also drop your stuff there.
Okay, cool. So we do I just put my yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I'm
just
the same on everything. It's literally just my full
oh,
name with
there
it's
we
yeah, with
go.
my full name. Yeah. So
I'm a
that's me on
little
literally everything.
there you go, guys. It's just at Sarah Pitard,
Yeah, without the
on
space, it
everything.
just did that for some reason.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's with everything. Um
and I
and
will
yeah,
drop
I mean
my two.
amazing.
But yeah, thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you guys.
There are my two links. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask us or like tweet at us, and we'll answer there. But thank you so much, guys. I hope everyone enjoyed.
Yeah. Thank you all. And yeah, and it's just the at Sarah Petard and everything. Um yeah, thank you. It was lovely. I wasn't sure how what this was going to be like at all, but it's been really, really nice. So, thank you.
Of course, of course. Any final words for our lovely audience tonight? I mean, I guess the only thing I have to say is love and peace. Our lovely Ato line of love and peace.
Yeah, have a great night, everybody. Or day if you were,
Yes, all
because
day.
I was actually shocked by how many places people are tuning in from. So that is very
Yeah.
cool. So have a great night or a great day wherever you are, and have a cup of tea, have a coffee, and
Yes.
yeah, we will see you all soon.
Yes. Bye bye.
Bye.